Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night. It's the takeaway, and it's me, Mr. B. Good evening, gents. How are we? Wrong button. There we go. Evening, gentlemen. How we doing, talk?
Yo, big up, bro. All good here, bro. All good. It's Friday night. Happy days.
That's what I like to hear. Matt, T, how are you doing?
All good. It's a Friday night. I'm here on the takeaway. I'm about to have some fun.
You're looking a lot more slimline today. Is maybe what I say.
Let's ask the question in the chat, Mr. B. For people, anyone who are joining, can you spot what's different on Matty's camera?
Not
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thanks. Good to be on, everyone. How's everyone doing?
It's Friday, man. It's Friday. It's takeaway time. It's takeaway time. Talk. Before we go any further, can we have a word from our sponsors?
Certainly can, bro. There we are. GMS, Global Mapping Surveys. As you know, we are sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys, currently assisting architects, property developers and construction companies all over the country, offering a wide range of services such as topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, monitoring. The link is in the description for the website and the contact details, so do go and check them out if you need such services. And again, we can't guarantee there will be a discount, but I'm telling you, if you message us on Twitter, we might be able to squeeze a little bit off. There we go.
Oh God, it's that time of the week. Talk is that time of the week. I've been looking forward to this. Good evening, Mr. Baggio. How are you doing, sir? Oh God, look, I
was just gonna say, Bill straight in. He's like box number 4. However, Bill, I've got a proper bone to pick with Yee. In the was it? I don't know if it was Bill or was it somebody else. In the previous stream, they said it's
number 7.
Number 7, was it Bill? Psychic Bill. I think it was you, Psychic Bill, on it. What's happened there? Your psychic powers. What's happened? They've just shifted on you. And there is a 10% discount on GMS, by the way, folks. So if you do need the services, get in touch. We don't know what the code is, but we'll get a code fixed up. You know what I'm saying?
Just mention Solo.
It wasn't Bill. It must have been somebody else. Then.
Right, talk. What you got? What you got for me this week?
Yeah, okay, folks. Again, the spot the ball is proving a big winner. People love it. People hate it. People get confused by it. People moan. But you know what? I have to keep it at a certain level where it's not going to be just a case of, look at that, look at this, and then you can work it out. There's got to be an element of serious brain power used in these little quizzes. They are like a mini quiz. So this week's is no different. It's a tough one. And again, you know the rules. You got to tell me which square the majority of the ball is in. Important word, majority of the ball. So let's have a quick glimpse at that for a momento. And there we go. Bonus points if you can tell me who we're playing. Mr. B is already looking for Gavin. He's sending Gavin texts as we speak.
So what I've done, I have now got it on my big TV. I am sick and tired of looking at it on the laptop and you not talking about people facing this way and people. So pardon me if I'm looking the other way for a minute.
All right, go on then. So have a good gander at that, folks. You got to tell me which box you think the ball is in. Have a good look at what's going on, where people are pointing, etc. And you might help you, it might not. Solo straight in at number 6. Straight in at number 6.
It looks like they're playing Sheffield Wednesday. Is it? That kit?
No, that's someone Italian, that is. That's an Italian team.
I love it when you're trying to figure out who we're playing. It always makes me laugh because I know.
Well, you got Alan Smith, you got Ryan Giggs, Champions League night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe not Barclays Premier League.
Sorry, how are you telling that's Alan Smith?
That's Alan Smith, bro. Come on.
Which one's
100%
number
Alan
one?
Smith. White
Where number one
boots.
is.
Yeah, number one is, yeah.
You've got, is that Ronaldo in box number 3?
Can I just get points for like guessing the players? Because like I ain't winning none of these boxes. Like we do this every week now, talk. Yeah?
No. There's only one prize, Sean. It's in one of those boxes, bro. You got to pick the right box. It's just a bit of a lottery, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Where's the ball, babe?
Bill says he's going for number 8. Okay.
Number 8?
Bill.
Yeah, it looks like he's giving a corner, doesn't he? The old linesman.
Yeah.
We're going tactical there, Bill. I like that.
Oh, right. I get it. Oh, Bill might be onto something there.
Oh, hold on. Let me just repeat what I said. Right. Have a look at what players are doing. Right.
Don't try and throw us off, talk. Get lost.
I'm not trying to throw you off. I'm trying to help you here, bro. Honestly, look at what the players are doing. All I'm going to say is just look at what the players are doing, and that will give you a little bit of a clue.
Well, Giggs is looking over at Ronaldo. I think Scholes, box number 11, has got his back turned. And Smith, number 1.
I've got mine.
He's got his back turned to the crowd.
I've got mine.
Yeah, so does that mean that the
Will Badger said he's done you again.
It's bloody 8.
Bill.
I tell you, Bill, I'm going to join you. I'll go box number 8.
I'm going to give mine in a little while. Look, I'm not giving it up yet. I need another look.
You've had enough. You've all had enough time. Talk. Could you kindly remove the banner, please? Thank you very much. Bro. Now,
it's tough because sorry. I was just going to say, Omundi's put it right there. He says this is tough because the ball ain't in play. Now then, take from that what you will, folks.
You've been done this week, Talk. I'm not going to say nothing, but I am more than convinced that I've got this one right this week. I'm quite confident. Anyway, look, Sesko, guys, Sesko's back on our radar. Obviously, it's looking like we do need a finisher in the team. All right, granted, the chances are getting spread out amongst the whole team, and it seems to be that everybody's missing. But in our last 5 games, we have had. Does anybody have a figure? Anybody guess how much shots we've had in the last 5 games?
About
126.
Not too far off. 113.
Whoa.
We have scored
Crazy.
7 goals.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a striker, and that striker would have had all of the 113 shots, but there obviously seems to be an issue. Sesko being the answer, I'm going to put it to you guys. Obviously, I have my preference as to who I would like to lead the line. It's actually the same as Matt's, to be fair. But guys, Sesko, what are we saying? In or out? Good choice, bad choice? That's what I was looking for. Talk right on cue. Let me take that off. So
let's just have a quick gander at this. So Man United remain interested in move for star striker Benjamin Sesko. In the last 5 games, the 20-time English champions have had a total of 113 shots, but only managed 7 goals. United's forwards have failed to shine as expected so far this season. Man United are still very interested in signing RB Salzburg striker Benjamin Sesko. The January move is unlikely, but not impossible. The summer is much more likely. Sesko might not kick a ball for RB Leipzig due to the amount of interest in him recently. Sesko's agent was spotted with Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly, reigniting talks of a Chelsea move. It remains to be seen where the current RB Salzburg star ends up going. For United's sake, they will be hoping to be there when the player does decide where to move, and for that, Ten Hag needs to ensure Champions League qualification at the least. So what they're trying to say here, Mr. B, is that this kid is going to be wanting Champions League football. So, we've got to either get top 4 or we've got to win the
Europa League.
That one. So
Europa League.
That's another conversation. We're not going to talk about that now. But for me, this kid, you know what? I don't know. I'm torn, to be honest.
Torn between
Sesko and Gakpo.
Okay.
Because they both offer different things. But Sesko, the stats from last season. Let me just show you the stats from him last season. So, as we know, he's 19. He had 24 appearances, 5 goals and 3 assists. Now, in 24. Now, is that the kind of numbers for a striker that is going to boost us in our ability to put the ball in the back of the net? Let me ask you that.
Matt?
Right, Sesko. Them stats from last season ain't bad, no. It's 1 in 3. He's a young lad. He's a good player. I personally wouldn't go in for him just yet. I think you need to let him develop more at Leipzig. I think we should be looking more slightly older, slightly more experienced striker within European football. They've got Gakpo. I'd like Gakpo. My ideal choice would be Lautaro Martinez, though. I think he's got the perfect all-round game for Man United. But for me, Sesko is one for the future and he's one to keep an eye on. As well as that, if you bring him in, it's a lot of expectation on his shoulders because he's got to start putting the ball in the net and it's a lot more pressure. Will he live up to that pressure? It's hard to say. As well as that, it's people comparing him with Haaland. Don't let him be Sesko. Let him be himself. Just let him be himself. Let him go and develop as a player and as a youngster. And look at him again in about 3-4 years' time. That would be my choice.
Actually, I'll just quickly say there, I think it's unfair to try and compare him to Haaland. I mean, that's crazy. You can't compare this kid to Haaland. No way.
A lot of people have compared him to Haaland because it's Salzburg to Leipzig and the footballing ability as a number 9.
Sure, you're quiet.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is now we, as a club, are transitioning. We're transitioning everything. That we're transitioning the way that we sign players, the way that we invest in players, the types of players that are going to be there for a 5-year plan, not a 1-year plan. Fixing, like we're bringing in players like Cavani, Igalo, just to fix this problem. The problem that we have has been an issue for quite some time. The fact that City were going in for Ronaldo because I'm guessing they thought Haaland was coming to Old Trafford. That's why I think probably that situation probably happened, but obviously it flipped over and one went the other way and the other one went another way. So for me, we need to think about these striker positions really seriously, especially with the current situation of a young gentleman that's in our. We don't know what the outcome's going to be still, and I don't think we'll ever see. I don't know whether we'll ever see him again. Right, Greenwood.
Oh no, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
I think he's done, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, when we think about that though, and that scenario of that type of finisher player, he was probably going to be a number 9, right? So I compare it to that standard. I think there's a couple of players that are very similar and they already know the way that United play. And seeing Garnacho and Charlie McNeil and some of these other players that are in our academy, I think have probably got just as much in their locker as him, if I'm honest.
Can I just ask? I just want to add in quickly that if we look at Sesko with his like the strengths and weaknesses of his game, he's quick, got good movement and positioning, he's good in the air, he's got that striker instinct, good at carrying the ball through the middle of the pitch, and he's got good hold-up play as well. So, in other words, he could play as a false 9, also as well as being an out-and-out striker. So, in Ten Hag's system, surely that there's a round peg in a round hole.
I think with him as well, though, like these are kind of investments that need to be thought about carefully and wisely, because this is not just a player that's going to come in and, like you said, just He's going to fit in like a peg in a round hole kind of thing. He'll fit into that system well. But obviously market value changes, and at the right time now, he's at Salzburg. He hasn't gone to another big club where we are going to be spending 60, 70 million once he's developed. But, you know, I think, personally speaking, I think there's other players out there that I would prefer to purchase and spend £50 million on personally.
Not your money though, is it?
It's not my money.
Well,
but that's what I think.
That,
it's just my opinion. Like I think like if we're gonna go for the system that we've seen Ten Hag play, and it seems to be inverted press, overload through midfield, you know, even when you look at the balls that are coming in from Rashford, Ronaldo, it was only till Shaw came on, and in that second half there was some better balls that were coming in.
However, SHAH, it's funny you should say that though, because Mr. B, conversation we've been having on Watchalongs about players getting in behind. What did Ten Hag say? Ten Hag mentioned that players not taking players on. Now, again, that's, you know, you got to think about what we've got right now. Marcus Rashford, Cristiano Ronaldo, is if we were doing that more, getting in behind, putting crosses in, etc. For me, there would be much better chances created. It's the quality of the chances created also, as well as the amount.
Yeah. I mean, my issue again, I mean, I say it and I've said it before. What just needs to be restarted? Yeah, sorry. What I was saying before is with the crosses, unless the crosses are in a certain area, we won't get broken on if the ball is cut back inside, because then we've still in control of the football. You know, sometimes when the ball goes, you cross the ball and it goes too long and they break on you. We're always playing with two but with two defenders, really. If the ball breaks and it breaks left or right, then they've got the. So I think as well, it's like a safety. It's more like a safety thing as well, where, you know, I'm not saying he's not comfortable with crossing the ball, but I think it just nullifies the fact that teams can't really break on us then, unless the goalie gets it and throws it out straight away, and that's not how we're playing. So I think that's to do with a lot of protection as well in the system that he plays.
I know what you're saying, but like I always say, Mr. B, is you know, when you, especially this for me, it only comes into play when we're talking about a low block, right? When you're talking about a team that's going to be prepared to come out and try and play, you can't press, or you just press, you win the ball back, wallop, you move it around, you pull them out of shape, and wallop, you go and score a goal. That's great. We've got players who can do that. But when you talk about these low blocks, which I don't know the percentage of the teams that we're going to come against that are going to be low block, but it'd be quite high in my opinion, then we have to take risks in order to, you know, secure goals earlier without going through the pain and the misery of, you know, are we going to score here? Because that affects the player as well. The players. That affects the players as well. You know, you get a bit on edge. You need them goals to sort of settle things down and make you feel more relaxed and comfortable in what you're doing.
And that's one of the reasons why we're having so many shots, because we're not able to kill off a game clinically, because we're not getting into those intricate positions and finishing them off in chances that are there. So whoever we buy, we need them to come and hit the ground running. We can't be waiting for them to come righteous in a year's time, 2 years' time. If we want that Champions League spot, or if we want to win Europa, there are teams out there that have got better finishers and are more clinical than us right now. At the moment, we played Sheriff. Now, on paper, we should be beating Sheriff, right? That's it. Bottom line, we should be winning that game all day long. You wouldn't even be thinking about it with Manchester United, like from that perspective. But the fact that it did take us that long, even Ronaldo's, like, I don't know, I couldn't believe it. I think we've all been there, like, what? How has this guy not scored, right? And the way that he had to score was off of a parried save, like, deflect, you know, like, and then having to chase the ball back. So, you know,
like a goal angle.
It was a striker's finish. But what I'm trying to say is we still need that little bit more Haaland. We need Haaland.
Yeah, but even with Haaland in it, you know, Manchester City, you know, playing them below blocks as deep as they are, it's exceptionally difficult. And again, you know, I think we are going to see, though, to be honest, if Ten Hag has come out and said that, then I think maybe that's plays into why we've not. Jadon Sancho is now everybody's got asking questions, not seeing the Dortmund Sancho, blah blah blah. Now, for whatever reason, the players are a bit reluctant to sort of commit to taking players on fear of. Maybe their fear is, if I lose the ball in doing this and then they break on us, I'm in trouble. They want to keep their place in the team, blah blah blah. But like I say, you have to take risks. You've got to take some risks, man. Do we go to some comments, Mr. B?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. There's tons of them in here.
I know. I'll start right at the top here. We got Omundi saying, "Yo, takeaway crew, I would like to order a Sesko as a squad rotation meal. He is unique and offers something different. But Jonathan David's still in pole position for a Monday."
That's a Monday's guy.
Okay, that's all good. That's all good. Bill Baggio, Bill, as we say, is going for number 8 in the spot the ball competition. Hold on a minute. Hold on, Bill. Bill, I've done you again, Sark, he says. Let's see what happens at the end, bro. Yeah, he's definitely saying it's bloody 8. It's time to swear now. This is tough because the ball ain't in play yet. Blah, blah, blah. Bill thinks it's Lazio. Okay. Bill again. Sesko, buy him. Pay RB Leipzig, whatever they want. Bill's all in on Sesko. All his chips are going on Sesko. Sesko is all about that thong. The thong. All right, cool. Sesko is everything. Forget stats. That's what we become if we get him.
Oh my gosh, that's
it's all about what the boss wants in a number 9. From my eye test, we can hold up the ball and link up well, which is a plus. Yeah, so it's just getting that final quality pass into an area where somebody can get a good body shape and a good connection with the ball and whoosh, bang. But we haven't got the sniper, have we? We haven't got a sniper who can do that at the moment. Rory C. And Lautaro would bed him well.
This is my guy.
Lissandro and Garnacho
this
already
is the
there.
guy. This is the guy that I want. This is the guy, Lautaro.
Yeah. Stumpy's, big up Stumpy. It was Stumpy, that's right. He said, during the last show, I predicted box 7. Okay, Stumpy. We'll talk about that at the end, bro. Emma Kay saying, I'd rather we integrate our own youth than buying. Let's buy more 24 to 26-year-olds. I mean, do you know what I think it is? Is because obviously it's Manchester United, we need to get in the Champions League as soon as possible and start performing much better and winning more games, etc. You're buying when it comes to players like this, you're buying that what's the word? Experience. No, you're buying experience as well as the potential. Whereas the ones with our youth, Ten Hag, what the position that he's in, has he got enough movement to sort of give youngsters enough time to take that risk in big games where we need to get points and everything? All right, he did it with Garnacho, seemed to work out, but how often can he do that realistically? If us as fans and the club are saying we've got to get top 4, we've got to get this, we've got to get that, so there has to be a balance, surely.
Question, though.
Go on.
How much errors has Ten Hag made in the transfer window so far? I know he's only been here. He's been here a very, very short time. But all of the players he's brought in, I think I've hit the ground running.
But they've more than hit the ground running. They've actually put some new life into the players that were already here. If you think about our fall off under Ollie and Ralph, you look how quickly the turnaround is, and look at all the players playing with the confidence that they've got. There's no doubt that Martinez is helped our defence massively. He's improved the players in and around him. Anthony's definitely improved our attacking outlet just simply by being there. And Casemiro has improved our midfield massively. Same as Eriksen.
Yeah.
Same as Eriksen.
Sorry, Rory C says, problem is his contract expires in 2026 according to transfer market, so it would cost a fortune. HD Gamer Sesko hasn't scored in a UCL game in a few weeks now.
He hasn't scored all season in the Champions League.
Yeah, Big G in the building. How you doing, going? Bill Baggio again with a long one. He says, boys, look at Bellingham. We missed him first time round. Now he's worth a fortune. If we let this guy go and smash it in Germany, he smashes it in Germany, we'd miss out again. If Ten Hag wants this guy, we should strike now.
Well,
you know what?
Right. Yeah. Would Sesko develop the same way at Leipzig in the way Bellingham has at Dortmund? Would they develop the same way if they were here at Man U?
No, they wouldn't. That's the problem, isn't it?
I think teams like Leipzig and Dortmund are like perfect for us because it's a step up from where they are, but it's not to that top level. It's kind of middle ground. So
Yeah, but then we get done afterwards, though, don't we?
Generally, all the top
But-
teams
but-
get done. Look at
That's it.
Madrid. Didn't they pay something like 800 million for Tchouaméni? So I think that was a tad bit excessive. All the top teams would always pay the top money. You've got to find a balance of looking at the right youthful players, but paying the right price for them. Now,
I think that's the problem with Sesko, isn't it? Though, is it like it's a gamble at that money?
Yeah.
Is he going to integrate straight away? And that's why my opinion's like the same. Like, I'd rather spend money on something that's going to last a couple of years, even if it's like Benzema, for crying out loud, put 50 million on the table to Real Madrid, get him to come for 2 seasons.
What are you talking about, bruv? You're just talking about all of these old players coming to the club.
No, but I'm not. I'm just saying, like, but Benzema is still, mate. Benzema's still,
bruv. Come on, man.
He's got 2 years in him, 100%.
Sure.
You're talking about out and out number 9. I'm talking about a number 9.
Sure.
A number 9.
Benzema is old, bruv. We're talking about this revamping. You talk about old players, and then you talk about bringing Benzema to the club.
No, but I'm just trying to give an example. If you're going to spend 50 million,
no, that's not a good example.
I like Benzema. I think he's a fantastic player, but he's not the answer. I think if you're spending big money, you've got to look more younger but established players. If you go and spend it on, say, Sesko, you've then got to give him a few seasons to develop as a player. It's not going to come in and just start hit the ground running, start scoring like 20, 30 goals a season. It's going to take time for him to develop as a young lad.
But that's what we need right now.
He's at the back end of his career, so it's a short-term solution. You've got to find the right balance in between.
I get what Shah's saying. However, but let me just say this. We mentioned this name that I'm about to mention about 3, 4, 5 months ago. And this is a player that United should be now making. I know he's a really young player, but an exceptionally gifted and talented player. We should be looking at right now, making moves and registering our interest in whatever way we can. And that is Endrick, young Brazilian kid. Right? That's the kind of moves we should be making. Whilst we're doing what we're doing right now, this board, Murto and Co and everyone else, they should be making moves and talking and looking at this kid, because for me, whoever gets that kid is going to get an absolute baller, and they're going to make an absolute fortune when they pass him on after 2 or 3, 4 seasons. No doubt about it.
Yeah. But the only thing with those teams that are making that money is those players are playing regularly for them. If these players come to Manchester United, are they going to get in the squad regularly? That's my biggest thing about some of these youngsters. Are they going to make it, etc.? But that's the risk we got to take. We've done it. We've seen players, okay, look, they haven't made it. They haven't been great, but they're still doing well. Gomez, Pereira's, Chongs, they're out there and they've moved. Ghana, right? Those players are going to go to those middle ground clubs, Matty, quite rightly, like you were saying, to gain that experience, and those clubs are going to be the ones that benefit. Manchester United is is a top 10 club in the world for stature, for where it is, the expectations, etc. We need to be like that, That's my point. Really.
What was you going to say, Matt?
Because I'm all for going and getting this Hendrick, but one, I think got to wait a couple of years, because I think he's only 16, so got to wait for him to come out, and then you've also got a work permit issue. Secondly, how many times do Man United beat the Spanish clubs, the Portuguese clubs to the South American talent? It's very, very rare. It's very rare. English clubs win the race for young South American talent.
Let me ask you the question: why is that? Go back and look at our structure under the Glazers, bro. Because we're crap at doing it. If we're to make some serious moves in the way we run as a football club, this is now the time where you've got to get people out there and get registered that interest. Because it's first impressions, isn't it? If he gets told, oh yeah, Manchester United are sniffing around you, they're interested, they're making noises, blah blah blah. His head is turned. You know what I mean? He's got then something in his mind. And if you keep that up, and you keep the interest up, and you keep the contact up, and everything else, then you've got yourself you're giving yourself a better chance, rather than coming in late when Real Madrid have made their interest, or Barca or whoever. You can't do it like that. And this is one of the things that disappoints me about Man United when it comes to these. Because how much is it going to cost to tear him away from whatever club is that? I can't even remember what club it is. But, when he comes of age and everything else. Palmeiras, what? I don't know. Let's just say 10, 15 million quid, for example. Right? Wallop, bang. You're talking about a kid that is coming from a country and a culture that is renowned for, producing some of, if not the best footballers. Pelé, arguably the best footballer we've ever seen on the planet, right? And that includes Ronaldo and Messi. For me, I know I'm going off topic slightly, but Pelé was doing everything they'd been doing back then in the 50s and 60s, whatever. You know what I mean? He was doing it all. But here we go. We're back with Spot the Ball, folks. My favourite bit of the show. So, come on, folks. All you got to do is tell me which box the majority of the ball is in. Go on, Matt.
Yeah, quickly. HD Gamers put a comment in saying that Arsenal have 2 South American players, Martinelli and that other one. Martinelli was in the Man United Youth Academy. Man United let Martinelli go. We had Martinelli, we let him go because we had the other young lad, Greenwood. I'll leave it at that.
Hold on. Omundi's saying Hendrick will have a 70 million release fee. I mean, firstly, where have you got that from, Omundi? If you've got any kind of print to substantiate that amount, that'll be interesting to see. But I mean, for me, I think with a kid like that, if you get in early and you register your interest, you turn his head, you make contact with the parents and all the blah blah. You do whatever you've got to do to start that relationship going. I'm sure we could get him for less than that, to be honest. I really think so. But Rory C is going for box 3. Don't forget, you can change your mind, folks, but only once. All right, I'm going to let you once. I'll let you change your mind once. So yeah, have a look. Which box is the ball in? That's all you got. That's all you got to tell us. And then we'll reveal it anyway. At the end.
I've got mine.
Mr. B's got his. All right, private chat it, bro, and then we'll. Have you got your SHAH and Matt? Are you going to tell me which box?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
Go on then,
I'll
SHAH.
go box 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
SHAH?
No.
Well, I'm going with 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going
FC
with
United forever in the building. For supporting Yappa and Cookie B is going for. She's gone. Oh, they're 12. CeeLo HD Gamers going for 7. Big G, which is Mr. P's right hand man when it comes to spot the ball, is going for 12. And let me just have a look at the private chat. Ooh, okay then. I'll reserve comment on that, Mr. B. HD Gamer is going for 3 or 7. And McKay is going for number 9. Wow, there's some decent numbers there, isn't there? They're all differing as well, different areas. Paul Tady's going for number 4. Big up, Paul Tady. Welcome to the stream, bro. Welcome to everybody. Don't forget, whilst we are quickly jabbering on, GMS is our sponsor. There is a 10% discount code. If you need a topographical survey or 3D laser scanning, go and check out the link in the description. The website and the contact details are there. So go and do that. Big up Football United TV in the building as well. Omundi is going for
12.
12. Okay. Number 3 from Football United TV. This is, hold on, I'll put it back up. This is versus Lazio. Stumpy's going for 7. Yes, Cookie B and Yappa Dappa Do. Right, okay, that's all good. Have we got another topic, Mr. B, that you want to...
Yes, we do. This is going to be brief, but something came up a little bit earlier on. I know it's probably going to draw a little bit, and it's not a dig. It's not an assassination. Although we do have people on here that want to protect him anyway. So with their what's Batfink shields, I'm sure that's what Omundi had on earlier on. But look, Allardyce says Bat Maguire. You've got a little something to read up there, talk.
Yeah, okay. So Sam Allardyce slams Ten Hag over Maguire treatment ahead of the World Cup. So he goes on to say, playing for Manchester United, I find it strange that he's not in the team. Why is he not in the team? Why is this new manager playing new players that he has bought over Harry? Because he bought them. That's the way it looks to me. Because they're certainly not better than Harry Maguire. I want to I want to see him play for Manchester United again. Seeing them the other week play Manchester City, they need him, he added. It has been outrageous from the people who are trying to undermine what a talent Maguire is and what a nice guy he is. That's particularly worrying for Gareth Southgate in terms of subsiding to the pressure. I've got to know him, that's Maguire talking about, over the last few years. And with what he's done for England, I hope Gareth stays strong, and sticks with him because he deserves it. I hope he stays loyal to Harry, and I hope Harry repays him for that loyalty. Sam, go and bowl your head, mate. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, look, right.
Oh,
Matt,
dear.
I can see you rocking in the chair. I know what that means. Come on, let it out.
Go on,
let
mate.
it out.
Let rip. Let rip.
When was the last time Sam Allardyce coached? That's what I want to know. I mean, I've not known him to coach for how long? Mate. We know what it's like as a coach. He's a defensive coach. Harry Maguire was just Sam Allardyce player. He'd fit his system perfectly. I don't get him defending him. And he talked about Eric Ten Hag buying the players. But well, why is he going to buy players to then not play them when they're the players he wants? Pointless. Obviously, when you're a coach, you bring in the players you want. You're going to play them. If it means somebody else drops out, so be it. I've nothing against Harry Maguire, although a lot of people seem to think I do. I just don't.
That's not what you told me, Matt.
That's a private conversation.
I'm only joking.
I've nothing against Maguire. I don't think he's good enough for Man United, and you should be earning your starting point in the team. Why should it be a God-given that you're in the team just because of your name? It shouldn't be. You should earn your place in that team each and every week. Now, this Man United's not run-of-the-mill Reading or Millwall or Leeds or whoever. You've got to earn your place in the team. And if your form's off, you're on the bench, simple as. If you, look at how good our defence is now. Now Maguire's not in there. Look at the improvements in it. The improvements in Varane. Look what Martinez has done. Dada is up to his game massively. Shaw is actually come good. I'm not going to go and call him Roberto Carlos, but he has improved.
You know what I'm going to say? All I'm going to say is, for me, and I said this ages ago, Mr. B, don't think Ten Hag will do it, but Harry Maguire for me is more suited to a back three, playing as the deeper middle centre back in a three. That's what he should be doing, in my opinion. Now, whether Ten Hag will ever change at certain times to a back three is yet to be seen. We can't rule it out altogether, because you know what? Harry Maguire came in a game against a team that were absolutely cack and offered nothing. They only just about managed to defend to block us out. You know, trying to pass the ball. They couldn't pass the ball 2 yards. They were absolutely cack. The only good thing that happened in that game for them was that cross that they made where Akambi nearly got his napper on it and he didn't. That was the only good thing they did in that game. So, you know, trying to judge Harry Maguire now on this appearance coming into that game is, you can't really do that. Do you know what I mean? All we can do is ask the question, since he's been not playing in the team, have we been doing better? That's the question you got to ask.
Right, I've just seen a comment from Omundi that I've got on the screen.
Go on, let's have a look. I'll read it, Mr. B.
Yes, please.
Let me read it first. Let me read it. So Omundi says, Harry is a good player. Would love to hear somebody on a panel explain his qualities and how ripping him helps him.
Okay. Can I have this first?
Go on.
Go for it.
He may well be a good player, but there's now a pecking order at the club, and you cannot deny the fact that he is at best third choice, and in some arguments people could say he will be fourth choice. I mean, obviously, if the game's an eerily dominated game, then yeah, Maguire probably would get in over Lindelof, but he's actually third choice at the club, and that's not because he's not being picked or because somebody doesn't like him. It's the fact that he has two better defenders ahead of him. Like Fred, he now has a better midfielder ahead of him. Like McTominay, he now has a better midfielder ahead of him. So it's, even if it's not necessarily digging out the errors that he made in the first 2 games of the season before he got dropped and then got injured, then there's I think that's more what you can look at. You don't have to dig him out. There's no need. He's third best defender at the club, and we play with 2.
It's, in terms of his qualities, yeah, he's good in the air. He's strong. He can carry the ball well out from the back. But, when we get into a situation where we have to rely on him to use his spatial awareness and his positioning for us not to get caught, how does that affect the players that are playing alongside him? If they have to start thinking, yeah, hold on a minute, I don't want to be on there as a defender, looking at Harry Maguire and asking myself, right, is he going to be all right here? Is he going to be in a good position here? I don't want to be looking at him and having to look at the game and look at him. I want to be able to trust my defenders and go, you know what, I know you're going to be in a good position. You've got me back. Especially when it comes to his pace. We know that's his problem, is his pace, right? Reacting to what's going on. Especially if he gets too close to players, we know he can get done very easily indeed. But he has got some good qualities. I'll agree with Omundi. But for me, as it stands right now, he ain't nowhere near the first choice. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, I've to ask, how well does he complement the players in and around him? So the goalkeeper, your left centre back, the right back, and your defensive midfielder. How does he complement them players in and around him compared to, I don't know, Varane?
Well, yeah, interesting question, Matty, because you got, again, down to pace. You got to think about, what you're doing in them positions, not thinking about what he's doing and where he is.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking, oh, I'm okay to go here because I know my defender's going to cover me, right? That cover that space more than anything. And then you go in and you do something happens, bad touch, bang, the winger gets it, starts bombing. You look round and he's there right next to you. What? Do you know what I mean? That's what we don't want to be seeing. We need players who can, who can be in a position to read what's going on and react accordingly, to slow down what the opposition are trying to do whilst players get back. If you are out of position, that's nullified instantly. It's gone.
I think with Harry and the comments that Sam's been making and stuff like you're talking about, Rise, is communication, trust, the ability to, if I think when you used to play the football and even when we're playing now, you'd always look at your defender thinking, do you know what, we'll be all right. He'll be able to, if he comes past me, then I'll know how, I'll know that defender's there. The one that you trust is going to be there. And like you're saying, if that issue's there, then this is a team issue, a problem. Harry's obviously coming back from injury. He has had problems. I think Omundi's right in some instances, and I think the situations that we've got to look at though is that, coming back to what you said, Mr. B, earlier on, we've got 2 better defenders. If they're fully fit, they're going to get picked over Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof every single game on that team sheet. Like, doesn't matter. I'm sorry, but even if Tuchel was there, it doesn't matter. If Pep Guardiola was there, if that was his squad, Varane and Martinez are getting picked over Harry and Lindelof.
He wouldn't have bought them. He would have bought players.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say? That if that was the choices that he had, he would 100% do that. But I think the thing that we have to see out of Harry, and something that we have to be, 1 minute he's the man, 80 million, he's come out, his collars are popped, he's walking down from Leicester to Manchester, up to Manchester, do you know what I mean? And then here's the captain's armband, sir. Thanks very much for coming. Would you like tea and a scone with that? This is how he was literally treated. The guy was on top of the world, yeah? And for me, I think that's when it came in a little bit too early, where he didn't earn it. And I think the fact that he got given it is something that we all feel it wasn't deserved. Now, he's got to earn it. He's got to earn his stripe. He's got to come back. He's got to show that he's willing to do it. Obviously, he's got to be fit for the World Cup. Coming back to what Sam was saying about Erik ten Hag's management of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was down. You know, he made a couple of mistakes. The press were on him. Fans were on him. We're on him. Everyone's on him. But the fact is that if you've got Varane and Martinez, you are going to choose them all day long if they're in performance. And Harry, unfortunately, wasn't fit enough, so he's always going to get sidelined. Now, Erik ten Hag's, as soon as the first opportunity he's got to bring him back in, where there is a situation where he can start building his fitness back up, he's done it. He's put him in the squad.
Well, look, let's get back because we've got to wrap the stream up now, unfortunately. But I get your points there, Char. I get your points there. But for me, he's more suited to a back three, and most of the successful teams in Europe over the past 10 years plus have been playing back threes. So let's see what happens. But let's get back to spot the ball. But Monday says the joke is that both Sam and Harry have probably the lowest credit at the moment, so the reaction is expected. Listen,
can I just say one thing as well before we go, just quickly?
Go ahead.
Sam Allardyce has played Manchester United 28 times, and he's only beaten us 3 times, and he's been booked 18 times. So look, Sam, keep those opinions to yourself, and let's just not talk about it anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Like I said, there we go. Right, folks, it's that time now. It's big time for the big reveal. We've heard the numbers. Get your numbers in now. It's £1 ago. We've had the numbers. So can you remind me, Mr. B, what's your number, bro?
Mine is number 8. It's 3 or 8, but I'm going to go number 8.
Shah?
I'm going with 3 because, like, literally, I just haven't got any right, and I'm just going to keep going with 3 until 3 lands.
Oh, okay. I'm Matty.
It's like doing the lottery, innit? You got to just stick with your numbers. Stick with your numbers, lads.
Right, guys. This is your time to change. If you're gonna change it now,
He's
guys.
got in with 12.
And Monday's gone in with 12, and we'll go scrolling back up. And let me just remind you, folks, quickly before we wrap this baby up. Let me just get to the numbers, man. I can't see in the numbers yet. Oh, there we go. So we've got a 10 from Mark Edmund, who's all the way down in Australia. Big up, bro. We've got 12 from Big G. We got 7 from HD Gamer. We got FC United Forever with 12. Rory C was going for 3. Big G, where's Big G? We'd get Big G's in.
Rory, don't blame me, because you put that in the comment before I said it. So
number 8 for Bill. That's where we're at. So, folks, I'm going to go right back down to the bottom. Yeah, Big G's going 12. I'm on day. HD Gamer's going 3 and 7. Nah, bro, one or the other. Yo, Chalk, who are United playing? I'll tell you that at the end of Monday. CeeLo HD Gamer's going for Napoli. Bill saying, looks like Leicester box 4. Okay, folks, let's get to the nitty gritty of this then. Okay, firstly, I'll tell you who we're playing. We're actually playing Southampton in the 04-05 season in the league. So that's that first of all. So nobody got that. Okay, and I'll tell you which boxes it ain't. It ain't number 5. It ain't number 4. It ain't number 6. It's not number 1. Not number 7. It's not number 11. It ain't box 9. It ain't box 2. It ain't box 3.
Oh, talk.
And it ain't box number 8. Mr. B, I love the disappointment.
Done everyone.
So that's down between 10 and 12.
I reckon it's 10.
And do you know what we've got? I was so close, and then Mark Edmund from down under stumped me when I seen his box. I was like, no way. You've got it, bro. It was number 10. And the ball, if you look at you see those 3 X's next to the ref? Yeah? Just look at the middle X. Look above the line, that's the ball just above the line, that white thing there. That's the ball. What's happened is the ball's gone out. It's been kicked out. It went into the crowd, and then something happened, and it ended up from where number 8 over to that part of the crowd, and it's about to be thrown back in. And that's why the players, Scholes has got his back to it. Alan Smith is looking away, or whoever it is. Giggs is running over because he knows it's going to be a corner. So, yeah, it's number 10. So, well done to Mark Edmund. How you got that, bro? No chance.
Big up. Well done. Guys,
yeah,
that's another one. Talk. You did pretty good on that. Was there only one?
Yeah.
Was there only one you got? Okay.
Yep.
Well done,
Mark. Well done.
All the way from down under.
And you know what? The
Yeah,
thing
man.
is, he's probably not even gonna know that he's
We'll
won
remind
because
him.
he's
Yes,
left
he
out
did.
the
He
word.
is.
No,
He's
it's
there,
just in the
look.
chat.
Oh,
It says
They don't matter.
fuvk. It says fuvk. Fuvk. That's a good word. I like that. Fuvk. Fuvk. Yes. Go on, Mark. Well done, my son. Get in. What about? He's always loyal to us, Mark. He always comes along. Always joins us. So big up to you, bro.
oh, listen,
I
look,
heard
guys.
it though.
CeeLo Gamer, he said, I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you didn't at some stage. But you know what? If you did, we'll have a look at the chat.
That old chestnut. That old chestnut, eh?
Right. Look, I can actually run. I actually think I'm quicker than Solo on a Monday, to be fair. So that might be something that you'll see in the new year. I'll get a Monday to start training, and I'll get Solo to definitely start training. That's something that you'll see. Look, everybody's bigging up Mark, but guys, look, Friday night, it's the takeaway. You know how we do on here. Matt, where can we find you?
You can normally find me on here, and also find me on Twitter at MattyAdam87, where I just tweet all randomness. Something, yeah. We'll go with that for the sake of it.
Go and check him out, folks. Matty87 on Twitter. And SHAH, you know where to find SHAH. If he's like me, he's always near
right
the
here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Tell your friends.
Oh, see, I always forget that. I always forget that. Guys, anyway, look, like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've had our sponsor thing done. You've done your spot the ball. We've gone in not too hard on Maguire. We've had Maguire being protected by the protectors and Batfink and these shields. So from me, Mr. B, from us, the panel, and from us, the channel, enjoy your evening. See you again on Sunday. 4 o'clock. Sunday, 4 o'clock. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.
Ciao.